Is Kyle Shanahan losing the locker room? For George Kittle to come out after the game and say that, Brandon Ayuk too, I've never heard anyone say that about him before on his own team. What do you think?
I would say yes, and you're seeing it from the reaction of these guys in the press conferences. Here's one thing that bothered me. I don't know if anyone's pointed out yesterday, but Christian McCaffrey is obviously a great player. He's going to be the number one running back on this team. We all know that. But he was here 2 days before he was listed as the starter on the roster. And you have to, like, from a team culture standpoint, Jeff Wilson has been here busting his butt, and he's not doing a horrible job, but you just bust him up.
He's averaging 5.2 yards per carry. He's one of the most productive running backs in the league.
And so his teammates are seeing this. They're like, look what he did to – and the old guys are like, look what he did to Jimmy. Now they're seeing what he's doing to Jeff Wilson Jr. And yes, Christian McCaffrey is the number one running back on the team. We all know that. But after 2 days, you make him the starter on the roster. That's just demoralizing for a guy that's been busting his butt for you for years.
And how much confidence does that show in the rest of the team? Oh my God, we have to get Christian McCaffrey on the field or else we're going to lose. And he doesn't even know the offense. And he's replacing a player who's one of the best players in the team, like one of the last guys who needs to get benched in Jeff Wilson Jr. To me, when they made this deal, everyone's like, oh man, this is the shot of enthusiasm and spark that they need. Did they play like a team that was inspired by that trade? Not really.
No. And it didn't even address, like, I asked the fan base, I think I polled, it was like 1,700 people, I think, answered this question. What's the biggest problem with the 49ers offense? Number one was Kyle Shanahan. Number two was Jimmy Garoppolo. Kyle had like 51. Jimmy had like 37%, and only 17% said it was the running back. So we traded 4 draft picks to get a running back. And McCaffrey's great, don't get me wrong, but it's not even the top 3. It's not even the top 2 issues with the offense, according to the fan base. Not just me, not just you. And that's a problem.
No. I mean, he's an intriguing player. And, maybe like if next year with Trey Lance as the quarterback and someone like Jim Harbaugh as the coach, it would all work. But my point was that Christian McCaffrey's not going to save Kyle. Kyle has to save Kyle, and he's not going to because he's so far in denial. And I think he's beginning to lose the locker room, yes, unless he can start winning. But they've gotten their asses kicked back-to-back weeks.
Yeah, losing will tear our locker room apart. Winning will fix it. So you got to go out there and win.
7-3 down the stretch. McGlinchey has to go, says Master Chef. Oh, I can't believe he's still on the team. He's been the same forever. Yeah. He can't pass block.
What did we say the number one issue was coming into the season that we were worried about?
Offensive line. Yeah, offensive line. And he gets more weapons so that Jimmy can get sacked. Bailey Lund says, I'd love to tell you more about the Chiefs defense. We're on to L.A. now. Joey Lilly says, can we trade Kyle Bosa and Fred Warner and get rid of McGlinchey? He can't block the wind. He can't block the wind. I don't think they're going to be doing that. Maybe if a new coach comes in, he'd clean house and do it his own way. I don't know. But Kyle's pretty much locked in.
Let me reiterate that Nick Bosa thing. I obviously think he's one of the best pass rushers in the NFL. Of course. I'm not saying he's not. But what I'm saying is you could probably get 2 first-round draft picks maybe, and you'll have $30 million more in cap space where you can address other issues on the team. So is it ideal to have to get rid of Nick Bosa? Absolutely not. But it's a tool in your belt if you want to build this team up to be a Super Bowl contender.
He was a liability yesterday. Maybe it's because he was, coming back from that groin injury and not 100%. But, man, they ran right at him. I'd like to see if other teams can pull that off, too, because that was alarming. They did that to him in the Super Bowl as well. Quan de Goat says, what's up, Grant and Ryan? Do you believe in karma? Well, I do. And this reality struck all because of week 2 when the locker room rejoiced. The coaches showed no empathy, and fans, media, players said best chance to win, put Jimmy in. That was a shameful display from everyone. Now they're 3-4. Yeah. Are you kidding me? What did you think was going to happen? Much better to be 3-4 with Trey Lance than 3-4 with Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah. I see in the chat not a lot of people love this Bosa talk, but I'm just looking at it from a GM's perspective. Would you trade Kyle Shanahan, Nick Bosa for Aaron Rodgers?
If I'm trading Bosa, that's a good question. I don't know. I have to think about that. Quarterback. At least you get a Hall of Fame quarterback. Maybe. I might.
I think
Matthew Sanders.
I think with Aaron Rodgers, this team's a different team.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Trade the Jimmy Crew, Kittle, Juice, Glinch, and Jimmy Garoppolo. What about the Kyle crew? Is there a Kyle crew anymore? I don't know. BP says, not as mad about this loss as the others because we brought a knife to a gunfight. Question is, does Kyle Shanahan realize this at all? You need to be able to pass, damn it. Oh, no, they can pass. Just everything's behind the line of scrimmage. It's revolutionary, really. Mario Gonzalez says, because they passed a lot in this game. Mario Gonzalez says, need 69 off the field. Grant, does Kyle not coach? Why did he tell Jim before the half we need points? Take a sack or toss the ball out. This coach is trash. Same with the quarterback. Embarrassing. Amateur hour. I don't know. But then, especially the stark contrast between them and the Chiefs. The Chiefs are just so prepared. So prepared.
Well coached.
Oh, Sean O'Leary says Kyle clearly hasn't been able to make changes to counter defense's adjustments, but he's also been conservative. When's the last time they went for it on 4th and short? They kicked a lot of field goals in this game. It's like, you're playing the Chiefs. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense to fire Kyle. Trading makes more sense. Can they trade him for Aaron Rodgers and Green Bay fires LaFleur? Didn't they just extend LaFleur?
Yeah, I don't know.
Trade him to New Orleans for Sean Payton. How about that? Because Sean Payton's still under their contractual control. Yeah. V says, Grant, you said in 2019 that Kyle is better than Jim H. What changed? I did that. I did. You'd have to approve that one. I'm not admitting to that. Are you kidding? That sounds awful. If I said that. Matt Beckel says if we trade Kyle, he'd bring a 6th at best. Trade Bosa for multiple picks, including a first. We have the depth. Trade McGlinchey for a pack of gum. P.S. Ryan, the mustache is on point, my guy.
Appreciate it.
Good comment, man.